What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE talent frustrated with Triple H, the Hardy Boyz having one last WWE run, John Cena teases a face turn, a shocking name wants to return to WWE, Rhea Ripley shuts down a fan, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at a top star staying with WWE. Now our top story today takes a look at a new report that sheds some light on the WWE status of Karrion Kross. Now it's common knowledge that the former NXT champion's WWE deal is set to expire soon, and there's been some concern from his fans that he could be leaving WWE. Until recently, WWE has refused to push Kross on TV, this despite Kross receiving fantastic reactions and his merchandise selling extremely well. With that being said, it looks like Kross will be staying in WWE. According to Fightful Select, whilst Kross hasn't put pen to paper on a new contract, it's believed that he and Scarlett will be staying in the company. On August 2022, Kross signed a new 3-year deal with WWE to keep him with the company until August 2025. He wasn't alone in those terms, however. We've since learned that his wife Scarlett was on the same length of a deal. Unless terms were already reached for an extension, her contract will also be up next month. Those we've spoken to in WWE expect that the duo will be staying, as Kross has been featured regularly on television, was on a recent PLE, and has got new merchandise. No confirmation of a re-signing has occurred. Now, there wasn't a better time for Kross to catch fire than his contract year in WWE. Now that he's a regular fixture on Raw each and every week, it makes a ton of sense for him to re-sign with the company. Next up, the Hardy Boyz having a last WWE run. The Hardy Boyz are one of the most iconic tag teams of all time. There's no doubt that both men are future WWE Hall of Famers. The two legends appeared on the Ariel Helwani show yesterday, and they both revealed that they would like one final hurrah in WWE before they call it a day. Maybe so. I do think that we want to do a WWE Hall of Fame. I think we would like maybe do one last hurrah with WWE, and that could even be possible while working with TNA too, so we'll see. It would be nice to still have the most limited schedule we could have, which could optimize how much time we could spend at home with our families and our kids. Everything is kind of up in the air right now. We both feel good, and I think we're going to rock and roll as long as we feel like we can do it. A WWE bringing in the duo for this kind of role would be great to see, and the run culminating in the Hall of Fame induction will give their careers a fitting send-off. There's perhaps never been a better time to deliver this type of run. With a working relationship with WWE and TNA thriving, it's easier than ever for WWE to work with talent in the promotion. Next up, Jeff Hardy hits an incredible milestone. Now, it's no secret that Jeff Hardy has struggled with personal demons for the majority of his adult life. However, according to the man himself on the Ariel Helwani show, he's now been sober for over 3 years. This is awesome to hear, and hopefully this will positively influence WWE's stance on bringing the Hardy Boyz back into the fold, possibly a Hall of Fame induction for the tag team, as Jeff Hardy noted that he turned down a WWE Hall of Fame induction because he didn't want to be a sole inductee. He wanted to go in with his brother Matt. That is true brotherly love. Next up, a SummerSlam match revealed. Now, we're only 1 month away from SummerSlam 2025, and according to WrestleVote, AJ Styles vs Dominic Mysterio will be on the match card. This match was initially set for Night of Champions, but due to an injury to Mysterio, the match was cancelled. Now, it's fantastic to see WWE prioritizing the Intercontinental title and making sure it has a prominent place on a Big 4 PLE match card. In relation to other matches for the show, John Cena vs Cody Rhodes for the WWE title is planned, and while there's still calls to see other names added to the match, it doesn't look like that's on the horizon. Rhodes is actively engaging in media interviews, stating that he wants to right the wrongs of the initial singles match, so it looks like Cena vs Rhodes Part 2 will main event Night 2. Roman Reigns is also expected to wrestle on the show, and it looks like he'll either wrestle Seth Rollins or a member of his stable. It's entirely possible that WWE finally delivers Reigns and CM Punk teaming up against Rollins' stable, and this will allow WWE to save the Reigns vs Rollins encounter for WrestleMania 42 next April. In relation to the world title, WWE have so many options for Gunther, assuming he doesn't drop the title to Goldberg. There are faces such as LA Knight and Sami Zayn ready to break through the world title scene, and WWE even teased a match with Punk on Raw this week, so WWE is definitely looking at the wider options. Next up, John Cena teases a face turn. The WWE Champion John Cena is undertaking several interviews across Europe to promote his new movie, and his interview with Radio Times was rather interesting. In the interview posted to the Radio Times TikTok page, Cena was asked directly if he plans on turning face before he retires. Cena would take a dramatic pause before stating that fans should wait and see what the 15 dates remaining have in store to find out that answer. This is the first time that Cena has remotely hinted at turning babyface again. Around WrestleMania season, in out-of-character interviews, Cena was outright stating that he's going to retire with the bad guy persona, but that has evidently changed. Whilst it's obvious that the WWE Champion won't be retiring as a heel, it's interesting that Cena is now actively teasing the turn. It's unclear when the actual turn will go down, but it's a common rumor on social media that the turn will go down at SummerSlam, and this will allow Cena to have his final 10 or so dates as a full-blown babyface. There have been theories that WWE could deliver a double turn in the Cena-Rhodes rematch, and this would see Rhodes finally embracing his dark side. Rhodes embracing his demons was teased in his match versus Randy Orton, but turning Rhodes, who's a top babyface in the entire company, isn't without risk. We've seen time and time again that turning the top babyface into a heel can damage the company as a whole, so WWE may want to avoid the turn at all costs. Rhodes recently discussed a potential turn on Busted Open Radio, and he stated that the discussions relating to him turning mainly exist on X, and he doesn't know if he's on the road for a full-blown heel turn. Next up, John Cena promises to keep his word. Now, speaking of John Cena, while Cena has insisted that 2025 will be his last year in pro wrestling, fans have still casted doubt on Cena's claims. Now, this is pro wrestling, where wrestlers come out of retirement all the time, but Cena is adamant that he'll not be like other wrestlers who haven't stuck to their word. Cena appeared on This Morning in the UK, and according to Cena, he will be breaking the mold by actually retiring, and his final match will indeed be in the middle of December 2025. I can understand the entertainment industry may have set an ambiguous standard about what retirement is. I'm 48 years old, and I made a promise when I started getting success in WWE way back around 2004. I promised the audience when I felt like I lost a step, it was time to step away. The company has so many stars, they're in great hands. The industry allowed me to perform in front of crowds like the crazy crowds in '02 for 25 years. I just want to do something different. No WWE superstars ever really retired, so this is for sure the end of me. My last match is in the middle of December. Cena's final match is said to be in Boston at Saturday night's main event special, and there are consistent calls from fans to see WWE turn this event into its own PLE, possibly titled Ruthless Aggression. Cena's final ever match having numerous commercials would be rather underwhelming, and hopefully WWE arranges something so that his final match will be completely commercial free. Next up, WWE changed a big mistake. When WWE dropped the Evolution PLE poster this week, there were a lot of questions from fans. Numerous top names were missing, including the legendary Asuka and new US champion Julia. WWE have now made amends to their mistake and now decided to update the poster. They've added a range of names, including the US champion and Piper Niven, but sadly Asuka is nowhere to be seen. Interestingly, WWE have also moved Alexa Bliss to the front, which is a smart move, especially with her set for a big match on the show. Next up, a shocking name wants a WWE return. Now it's kinda crazy that the Boogeyman is urging Triple H to bring him back. The Worm Eater has taken to X to show a video of him working out, and he's tagged Triple H telling him to bring him back into the game. Now it's unlikely that WWE brings back the Boogeyman for another run, however he's still signed to a WWE Legends contract, so future appearances and even a potential Rumble cameo isn't out of the question. Do you guys want the Boogeyman to return? Next up, a former WWE champion returning. Now, The Miz has been off WWE programming for some time filming a TV show, but it's expected that the former WWE champion is now ready to return to television. According to Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer, The Miz has finished his filming commitments and should be back on our screen soon. Now, it's unknown what The Miz will do once he returns to television. He was in the middle of a program with Carmelo Hayes over on SmackDown, so WWE will likely want to culminate that story before doing anything new with the WWE veteran. Next up, WWE talent frustrated with Triple H. Fans have been extremely critical of the lack of build to Evolution. It was only this week on Raw that the main roster started promoting the show, and with the show set for next weekend, the show lacks any major storylines. According to Sean Ross Sapp on The Hump, numerous names backstage in WWE feel like the show has been set up to fail. So a lot of the women that I was speaking to felt like it was a setup. That one, it was put on all in weekend across the street from a Beyonce concert during MLB All-Star Weekend when a lot of the hotels were going to be brought up in the area. They weren't necessarily thrilled with that, but it was hastily produced. Now, if the show does underdeliver from both a financial and critical perspective, it of course gives WWE justification to not run the concept back in subsequent years. This could have been a show that delivered major business for WWE, especially when you consider some of the top female talent they have in the company, such as Rhea Ripley. WWE have been nothing but lazy when it comes to the build, and they only have themselves to blame if the PLE underperforms. And finally, Rhea Ripley shuts down a fan. Our final story today looks at Rhea Ripley shutting down a fan over on X. Yesterday, a rather nasty tweet directed at a fan cosplaying as Timeless Toni Storm was going viral for all the wrong reasons. Ripley evidently saw this and decided to clap back at the nasty fan, saying, "Meanwhile, you hide behind a fake profile picture and name to mask your own insecurities. This Timeless Toni Storm cosplay slaps, and she absolutely slays that shit. Seems like jealousy to me." A lot of wrestlers, particularly in WWE, are sick and tired of the way that certain fans are acting. There's a lot of disrespect on social media, and a lot of trolling goes way too far. Ripley has received a ton of praise for speaking out and defending the Toni Storm fan, and this isn't the first time where the former women's champion has called out fans for their terrible behavior. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.